2020 is not a joke. There are people who are still laughing at this pandemic like it's nothing to take seriously. And there are people like this who are justifying their actions. Poor excuses, poor behaviors. Most stores that were forced to close down because of this whole pandemic can no longer ever reopen in the future. They're gone for good. America has exhausted all its resources to the point where this whole country is in a tight inflation debt bubble where I guarantee most people who are working right now will be suffering the consequences if taxes was to skyrocket to repay all that debt back into the economy. Hell will break loose. The government knows this, the president would know this. That's why one of the best solutions would be to create more jobs. But all of that requires money. So we're in a tight situation. Yet people seem to think that everything is all good. Now, for the future, in 2021, where are all the signs that things can get better? I'm listening. Silence, right? I have relatives, family members who grew up learning how to survive. Survival at the fittest. You could be street smart, but you could also be survival smart. To do what you can just to get by without the means of government resources, work ethics, and living in a cashless society. All the signs are there. The coin shortage crisis could be the next wave that could turn into the shortage and dollar bills crisis. And what's going to happen next? Let's push the agenda of moving to digital currency. So people no longer has to touch each other or exchange fluid contact with dollar bills and coins. That could slow the process of the coronavirus deaths, right? The coronavirus deaths or the COVID-19 death rates could be a hoax. But the things that's happening right now in this quarantine is not a hoax. Your best friends that you think will always have your back. Oh man, I got you. No matter what, we're brothers for life. There could be an incident where they'll turn a whole 360 on you just so they could survive themselves. Your best friends are only your best friends right now. You never know who could change up on you or switch up on you when it comes down to a matter of life or death. People rather hold on to things that are vanity, that turns to dust in this world at the end of the day, than treasure the eternal life with God. For those of you who believes in that or not, there is life after death. Why do you think so many people has a huge fear of dying? This is where the survival kicks in. So most people needs to get their head and act straight in order. The future in 2021 is not looking too good. We're about to be in the end of 2020 in a couple of months. The cases of the coronavirus actually went back up since stores and restaurants wanted to open back up because they don't want to be out of business, which is understandable. Everyone needs to make a living. Okay? But this could just be the start of a new journey for everyone. There are people who are left to fend for themselves to the point where they heavily depend on the government. They heavily depend on the people of higher power. They give all their freedom away just so they can be lazy and not think for themselves and have society think for them. That's why most people that has this mindset are not trusting the people who is aware of society, who's not in the matrix, who's red-pilled. They don't trust people like us. They don't trust people who are trying to enlighten them to the truth because they want to believe in the lies. It's too hard to accept the truth because they're too comfortable. They don't want to change. They want people to think for them and do the things for them. They want handouts. This is how lazy America is. There's a lot of simple-minded, lazy individuals that does not care about the future. They only care about themselves. Most people are in la la land. This is no game out here. Most people, most of your coworkers, your colleagues, some of your friends are not your friend. They're not going to be looking out for you at the end of the day. They are not going to throw their lives away for you. They're going to be looking out for themselves and their family. And that's the main reason why I'll be doing the same, because I already know the ones who looks out the best for my kids and my family is me. Because I already know in reality, the same people who's looking out for me, I'll look out for them. And the strangers wouldn't in the end of the day. And you never know. Even your own family members, some of them can turn a blind eye on you. That's why you have to protect yourselves. Stock up on food, ammunition, gear. Think ahead. I'd rather be enlightened and know that I could possibly do something to protect myself than act like I don't know what's going on and then act like the government is going to save me. People are so desperate to hold on to things that are vanity of the world. It could be sex, money, materialistic items, things that has no soul, no spirit, no life in it, right? The doctors and the world, the presidents, the government can never replace your life or bring you back once you're gone. Once you're gone, that's it. That's it. People seriously needs to wake up. Many people are not really talking about 2021 like that because they're afraid. They're afraid. They're not prepared. Mentally, physically, or spiritually. A lot of people doesn't know what is to come. The news is that's been happening lately with the coin shortage crisis. The stimulus checks running out. The temporary unemployment. Things could be on right now and all good, but tomorrow the switch is off. What are you going to do then? I lived through times where there was a blackout, where many things happened, and I had to learn, what can I do to survive? What can I do to get out of this situation? Because most people are not going to help you. The government is not going to help you when it comes down to a life or death situation. People calls out to an entity because they know God's existence is true. It's there. But then people chooses to not listen to it until it's a matter of time where their life depends on it. I even find it funny that there are people who wants to pray and call out God and say, God, I know we haven't spoken in so long, all of a sudden when their life is going to crap, when they're in life or a death situation where they're miserable, only when crap hits the fan, that's when they want to call out to God. And when they get everything, they're all good, they're spoiled, they're dealing with a lot of crap in life, they got it good, all of a sudden, nope, God is nowhere to be found. Nope. You don't even hear it come out of their mouths anymore. These people could be blasphemers, right? Satan worshipers, atheists. The same people that'll call out to somebody because they know life after death, you don't know what could happen, but then deep down, you know. You have a guilt in your heart that it won't be peaceful if you left no legacy behind. And all you did was party, drink, sex, smoke, live in sin. You live in a safe bubble, a safety net where the government got me, society's gonna got my back. Man cannot bring life back once it's gone. 2021, I don't know what's going to happen, but things are already is hitting the fan right now. The next wave could be worse. All the signs in the news reports and things are there, man. Yet people chooses to be asleep because they don't want to wake up and take the responsibilities of actually fending off for themselves because they already know that, hey, I was unprepared, I'm screwed, and I should have listened to my friends and family. I should have listened. You don't want to be the next person to think, what if? And I already know, if this video doesn't get many views or not, I'm happy to know that I've reached out to a few of you guys to be aware of your surroundings and prepare for what is to come. Because you never know. All these things that is happening right now, all these events that's taking place, they could use this as a reason to implement chips and transition us to a new transitioning period in 2021 where we're definitely being monitored and controlled and surveillanced 24/7. No freedom to think for yourself. You have to heavily depend on the government to think for you. So many people are glued to their smartphones because of this also. So many people. It's depressing. It's depressing. How many people does not even know how to spell anymore? They want to Google everything to solve all their problems and their answers. When they could be praying and looking for the answers themselves, taking advice from people that actually knows what's going on. It's survival of the fittest out here. And in the future, it could be worse. And it's not getting any better. A few months ago, I thought it was going to go away. Nope. It still hadn't gone away. We're still in a crisis. We're in a coin shortage crisis right now. Society is in a tight debt bubble. And it's only going to get worse. It's funny how other countries, they were able to take care of the coronavirus pandemic. But in the US, that doesn't seem to be the case. The Tower of Babylon, right? All these things from the Bible, it speaks on the future. We're living in it right now. People may tell me, well, once you find out the truth, you can't do anything about it. No, you can. You can. There's a lot of things you could do. You may not be able to do much, but instead of bowing down to society and the government, I'm going to bow down to the Most High. All the materialistic items in this world is not worth throwing away. All the materialistic items in the world is not worth keeping. than throwing away my life. I am not going to throw away or sacrifice my own life for materialistic possessions and things that means vanity. Those hot women may be nice now, the sex may be good right now, but 30, 40, 50 years from now, it's crap. You're old. Things turn to dust. You start to expire like milk. You go past date, past due. You don't have much energy anymore. You look for your children to help you out, or some people that doesn't even have kids, they end up being in a nursing home. They get depressed. And they wonder, what if? What if I changed my life? What if? People may think, oh, I'm not going to regret it in the future, but a lot of people are lying to you. Most cases, people regrets their past, especially when their future ends up not turning into the future they predicted in their imaginary mind. Just like people who are being delusional into thinking that 2021 is going to get better. We should have got out of this quarantine and coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic a long time ago, since it started, and it's gotten worse. The whole COVID-19 could be a hoax, but as I said, this quarantine is not a hoax. Many people are not going to be looking out for you like that at the end of the day, guys. Most people is looking out for themselves. They really are. I'm going to stick to the Bible. I'm being productive while I'm at home. I'm not going to be feeding my energy on social media and wasting more time. And then once something happens and once something big comes, we're living in a war. God forbid if it ever gets that bad, where people ends up robbing you. Who knows? And I don't wish anything bad on anybody. I want the best for everyone. I really do. Life is too short to be putting into waste to crap. And the time that you throw away, you can never get it back once it's wasted, man. I'm not perfect. And I'm learning this for myself, from other people that are looking out for me. I'm actually taking their advice because they know what they're talking about and I actually see what they're talking about. Oh shit, I actually see the future. This is no game. A lot of people's not playing around with you, man. Look out for your family and your friends and people who actually rather keep you close by and on standby. But you also gotta wonder if you could trust some people in your family also. You have to know who to trust, and your biggest trust should be in God. But at the same time, God gave you the resources and the mind of your own to think for yourself. He gave you the paths and the doors and the tools. You just have to put yourself in the situation of what you could do to survive. If you want to bend backwards for society or not. Because 2021, it's not looking too good. It's not. A number of homeless cases can increase. There could be riots. A bigger outbreak can happen. A new world order. This can happen. And I see, and I won't be shocked. I won't. People that wants to be enlightened or not, it's on you. I know what I have to do. Anyways, guys, this is Woken Up here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.